guys, so you guys have been asking to see a setup tour of my Fauxdori or my Websters Pages Traveller's Notebook, whatever you want to call it, and so I thought I would crack on and get that done. I know some of you want to see this because you've got one on the way and you kind of want some ideas or what have you. One of the things that kind of sets the Websters Pages ones out from other kind of Fauxdoris that I've seen on the market are these pockets in the front here. These are kind of like standard business card size pockets, and then you've got like a bigger secretarial pocket there and a really big secretarial pocket there. I'm not really utilising this particularly in my planner. In here, I can't even speak, in here that much. But as you can see, as time has gone on, I'm sort of stuffing stuff in as need be. I've got some stickers here with kind of like notable holidays, season type things, and some of them I don't have the diary for yet, so I've just kept those in there. And then in my pocket there I've just got some washi tape, some of kind of like my current faves in there. It's just on a bit of acetate. There's nothing in the big pocket there. And then in here, this was our hotel key from when we stayed on holiday. Our hotel key was in there, and I kept this because it was pretty and I was going to put it in my journal, and I haven't actually done anything with it, but it's still in there looking pretty. And then in the pockets here I've just got some like photos that I've printed out over the time and haven't really put them in my journal or done anything with them yet, and there's a few more in there. So I'm not massively utilising the pockets as such. They're just kind of bits and pieces are getting in, being put in there as and when and as I go about the daily kind of use of the planner. So yeah, that's, I don't know, I don't really necessarily feel like I want to put anything in there at the moment, and I'm quite happy for it just to kind of do its own thing and see how it wants to go. I've recently changed purses, and I have got all my kind of store cards and credit cards and all that. Credit cards, I've only got one debit card, I don't know why I said credit cards. A debit card and all my store cards I've kind of got in my purse at the moment, so I don't feel like I need to use these pockets, but yeah, I'm sure they'll grow over time and they'll find a use. Anywho, so cracking on. Yeah, as you can see, I've got the walnut, and on the inside it's pink and rose gold. And then I don't know, I'm not normally a massively pink person, but I really like this. It kind of works well for me. So the first insert that I have got in here is actually my diary or my planner, whatever you guys like to call it. I'll show you a blank page there. This insert I bought from Traveller's Times on Etsy. I've got a couple of her inserts. I found them to be really good quality, really nice paper. I do sometimes use my fountain pen on the pages, and there's certainly no bleed through, and there is very little ghosting on the other side, so I've been really, really happy. It's a nice kind of thick, smooth paper. I like it. I'm happy with it. The only downside, which has its pluses and minuses, is that you have to write your own month and date in. So just bear that in mind. I mean, there are other ones out there, I know. A lot of the kind of inserts I found were in the States, and I didn't really want to pay the postage. And I hadn't really found one in the UK that was the layout that I liked. I do really like this layout. So the Traveller's Times inserts, they come, when they come, they are this kind of like craft cover. And what I did is I just collaged some bits and bobs that I liked onto the cover, basically. Used some scraps of scrapbook paper and some stickers and some enamel dots and a photo of me and John and some ephemera, and just kind of funked it up really, and just made it look pretty, so you can see that. I've got a skeleton binder clip. I sell these in my shop and I'm in love with them. And in fact, most of these things I actually sell in my shop because I use what I sell, if you know what I mean. And that is just keeping my place at the moment. I did buy one of those kind of like bookmark tassel-y things that you can put in, and it had dangly bits on the end and it did my head in. I just didn't really get on with it. I do have one, but I don't use it. So this is just kind of keeping my place for the week. So we're Easter week now. I've been in this for a while now, and so I will show you my pages. I moved into this on the 8th of February, so I've been over a month now, and I'm really enjoying using these inserts in this planner. I just love it. I used Fauxdori's before, like the Lyra and Co fabric dories, but I only had my journal in those. I didn't have my planner in here as well. I was still using a ring bound planner for my actual planner, and when I got the Websters Pages, I decided to make a jump and put my diary inserts in there as well, and I'm really loving having everything together in the one place. I'm just really enjoying that. So yeah, these are my pages, and that's where we're up to now. So yeah, that's my diary insert, and that's working really well. That's the back side there, just as I said, like more collage and washi tapes and stuff like that. The next insert is again from the Traveller's Times, and I collaged the front. I covered the front in scrapbook paper. This is a birthday card that I got from John that I cut the picture out and put on the front, and then I used some stickers that say you, because if you watched my video from the beginning of the year, I was talking about like my word for the year, and my word for the year is you or me. And that is about looking after yourself more, because sometimes I don't do that enough. So this is a Traveller's Times insert, as I said, and it is just another version of her week on 2 pages. Again, it's undated, unmonthed and all that sort of stuff. You can see it's quite pretty. And I am literally just using that every day when I get up. I'm trying to be like, okay, what are you going to do for yourself today? And I try and do something that is just for me, regardless of what it is. So, and it's either looking after my own mental health or physical health, just kind of like looking after me as a whole. So I took half an hour for lunch one day. I went for an aerobics exercise one day. I just sat and read magazines. I did a meditation. I went for a massage, that kind of stuff. So I'm just trying. Some days are blank, as you will see, but I'm just trying to get in the habit of incorporating something for myself in my day. So yeah, so that's that. And then on the back, this I'm nutty about you, Anna, which I thought was really funny. John got me this. It was a Valentine's Day card, and I thought this was really appropriate for a insert about you, because I'm nutty about you. Okay, so moving on then, the next insert here is my journal. This was the Websters Pages insert that comes with the actual cover itself, and it is just this craft card, I guess, again. And so I covered it in pretty scrapbook paper and just put a sticker on there, a typewriter that says the story of me. I'm not going to give you a flip through because it's my personal journal, and that includes personal writing on thoughts and feelings and documentation and everything. So that's just a front page. It says I am on a journey, and these are using bits from the Simple Stories Carpe Diem and I Am range. There is very little ghosting, again, if you use a fountain pen, and it certainly doesn't bleed through. It's really lovely paper. But yeah, so I'm not going to be doing a flip through of that. If you want to see some more of kind of some of the journaling that I do, then check out the Dory the Explorer video that I did. I'll try and pop a link below, and you'll see some of the kind of things that I do in my journals. But that's a private journal, so there we go. And that's the back. This insert here is a Lyra Dory from Lyra and Co. It's one of her plain plain inserts there, and this again is some people call it a book of shadows, some people call it a book of light, some people whatever you call these things. You know, for me this is just a notebook where I jot down things that I want to kind of remember, and it, you know, it works with other notebooks that I've got, but it's more, this notebook for me is more about a current what's going on right now thing. And inside I've just got a description of what Shakti is, which I found from Geraldine Jane, her blog. She's she had a bit about Shakti on her blog, which I found really interesting, so I wrote from her blog the quote that she provided. And then this is just I bought some crystals recently, and I photographed the crystals and just wrote a bit about what the crystals are and what you do with them, and you know, because it's difficult to forget. So this is a kind of an extension to my journal, an extension to my journal, and also an extension to my U-book. Some people put this kind of stuff in their journals or their commonplace books or their notebooks, whatever you want to call it. I, at the moment, have decided to separate it out, just because, really. No kind of major reasons. Other people put that stuff in their kind of like main, like books of shadows or whatever, you know, that kind of thing. Whatever. It's just another notebook housing just some more information. So I don't kind of get hung up on, I must use this notebook for this and I must use this notebook for this, you know. These things just kind of help to make my life a little bit easier, and I enjoy it, so that's why I do it. Yeah, so I've got 4 books in there on 4 elastics. Then in the back I'm using my Kate Spade pen. I still love my Kate Spade pen. Yes, love it. I don't think I've got any more of these in stock, but I do have the other colours in stock, and I just love it. It writes so beautifully and it feels posh. So you've got a little slip in there that you can put a notebook. I don't feel like I need to put a tablet in there, like a tablet notebook, because I feel like I've got enough paper there. Some people do, if you want to write shopping lists or something like that. In the back here, you saw this quite a lot on Instagram and on my Dora the Explorer video I did. This is just a folded piece of scrapbook paper, and then on the inside there are loads and loads and loads of tutorials on this on Instagram, so I'm not going to do a video on how to make these because there are loads on YouTube already. Basically it is peerless watercolour. They are little flat things of watercolour. They are just stuck on the inside with double-sided tape, and then using washi tape I've got a clear acetate in between the two just to kind of protect them, and it also means that you can use that as a mixing palette. Peerless have a mixed review, mixed kind of opinions on the Peerless. I'm enjoying them. I don't use them that much. I only really wanted them for travelling purposes. So I can't comment on the price because I didn't pay for them, because a friend very kindly sent them to me to try, so I can't comment on the price. I know they are quite pricey, but yeah, but they're great. Whether you like the quality or not, I think it's great, because that, you know, you can see how thick, how thin that is. That houses all of my watercolours, and they just slip in there nicely, so I can just take my watercolours anywhere with me now, and they're just sitting in there, so that's fab. So when I was away, I don't have it up here with me to show you, but so when I was away, let me just try and emulate this with something else. Pretend this is my watercolour brush, because that is actually downstairs at the moment. When we were away, I put my watercolour brush there, like that, and then obviously you have to watch that, you know, it might fall out a bit. But I then had my journals, my pen, my watercolour brush and my watercolour, and that was all I needed to take with me, and so that was just really good. I thoroughly enjoyed using that. So there we go. That is my setup, and I've got everything all in one place. I'm not using anything else at the moment. Oh, no, I lied. As always, I do have a couple of different, shall we call them journals around the place, but they are different sizes and different papers. You know, so sometimes I do watercolour in them, sometimes I do acrylics, whatever. But on the whole, generally speaking, this is my sort of main everyday stuff. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed that, seeing a little peek into my Fauxdori. It's holding up really, really well. I've been taking it around all over the place with me. It has travelled. It's a little bit heavy because I do have 4 books in there, but you know. The material's holding up really well. I do have a scuff in it there, and that's because when we were on holiday, I was sitting doing some drawing on top of like the cliff looking at the beach, and I dropped it, and it went doof 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 down some rocks, and then it landed and I got a scuff mark out of it. Purely my own fault. I mean, who takes their planner on a cliff edge? I don't know. But other than that, it's really well. And I've got a couple of indentations in the back there where this charm, sometimes I put it round the back, and it's been resting on there and caused some charm dents. And that there is a bit of sticker that needs to come off. There we go. So yeah, other than that, absolutely perfect, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. And I know when you finally get these in your mitts that you will love using them too. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.